Today, I'm going to teach you how to create a color palette for your intuitive art piece. Hi, friends. It's Amy Blair here from Creative Compass. We are an online community of creative explorers. We make intuitive art here in this community, and today we're going to talk about color palettes. So, if you're not familiar with that term, a color palette or a color scheme is just a group or family of colors that are going to sort of feature prominently in the art piece that you make. Now, first of all, if you're working intuitively, like we do here, making intuitive art, you don't have to choose a color palette. You can just move by step, guided through your piece. However, why it can be a handy thing to do is if you have too many choices of colors, that can cause some overwhelm, right? And if you're constantly worried about choosing colors from a big color palette and you're constantly making decisions, that can cause what we call decision fatigue. And decision fatigue can lead to overwhelm, and overwhelm shuts down creativity. So, creating a color palette is just one way that you can simplify your art process so that hopefully it doesn't feel hard or overwhelming. So, be ready to get started with whatever color medium you're working in. These are the steps that I like to offer folks if you're new to making intuitive art to create a simple color palette. A great starting place is three colors. So I like to always give the tip, pick three colors. Now, how do you pick them? Well, that's where you're tuning inward and using your intuitive guidance. So whatever you have today, your paints, your colored pencils, your markers, just sort of let your eyes gaze over your choices until it lands on three colors that feel good today. That's all there is to it. You don't need to worry about color theory and color wheels and what goes together and what doesn't go together. That all has a place in certain type of art making, but we're working with our intuition today. So we're going to trust the colors that are calling to us, the ones that feel like they would be really fun and really expressive to create with today. Once you've got your three colors picked out, I always advise that you also put some white on your palette if you're working with paint. And that's just going to help with blending colors, creating different shades of the colors that you picked out. It's handy to have. So I recommend a palette with three colors and some white as your starting point. Now, there is no rule that says you have to have three colors, and that brings us to the next tip that I always give, which is that you are allowed to change your mind. At any point in the process, you are allowed to change your mind. So maybe you picked three colors and they felt great, but then once you started moving those colors around on the canvas, you're like, actually, I don't know about this one. Or actually, there's a fourth color that I really want to add. Or maybe today you just want all blue. Everything's going to be blue today. That's fine. You are allowed to change your mind at any point in the process. The three colors plus white just gives you a simple starting point so that you don't get overwhelmed or you're not too overwhelmed to get started in the first place. Once we have a starting place and we get going, then we can flow in our process. That's the hardest obstacle I find for people who are new to intuitive art is just getting started. So if you're wondering, now you have your color palette and you're wondering, what do I do with it now, Amy? I want to refer you to another video that I have on my channel here where I will actually walk you step by step through creating your first intuitive art piece with some guidance so that you can take your beautiful color palette you've created and make some art. All right, friends, I hope that this video was helpful. I'd love for you to drop me a comment below and let me know if this tip helped you today. If you enjoyed this content, I would love for you to like and subscribe to this channel. Hit the bell to get notifications so you can find out when new videos are coming out. Okay, everybody, have a wonderful day. Happy art making, and I will see you again soon. Bye bye.